Hi everybody, Beaverworx Diecast Racing, and this is the first behind the scenes video I've ever made. I did a couple of little blurps and gave everybody a little bit of an idea of a quick little shots every now and then of what the set looks like, and I'll let you know. I can show you a few little things around here. And I am in a small basement. See those dents up there? They are from my head. And my cheap computer. The ever famous workstation. And not very much space down here. Everything's taken up with a lot of the material and time that I've taken making all this. And yeah, let me show you around here a little bit. I'll flip this around. All right, and for the jerky camera here, this is the wand that I usually use to do most of my filming. Now, right now, you've seen the rock drop jump, and quite literally is just like it says in the description, it's 3 sections of off the shelf. It is just the black track, because I didn't want to use the orange track, because the orange track wouldn't be the same on the set, on the background, right? So most of the background here, everybody says how much they like this. Earlier videos on the channel, maybe I'll link it up in the description on this one, and I show you exactly what I'm doing here. This is all just the buck store foam board, like this here, all of it, right? And one of the tools that I use for filming is this stick that I made out of sheets of buck store foam, and I've got little sticks on it there at different levels in which I can rest my camera and try and stable out some of my crazy unstable shots. The top, the main track, just doing a bunch of more aesthetic work here. It might look a little bit different. I'm putting in some more surfacing here, and this is all just sand. I'll show a little bit on a different video on how I get all of my sand and my wire, and this is all glued toilet paper and paper towel. Everything's covered in different textures of paper towel, glued, and then put over top of all of the rocks, then put over top of all the surface to give it that rocky, large piece of granite. I went for the grays and the whites as much as I could, because I spent a lot of time in the mountains, the Rockies and Canada, and the cold. You don't get as much of the foliage and the trees in a lot of spots. You got just a lot more rocks. So I got the gray rocks, and I try to keep the gray theme. Then again, when it comes down the rest of the track. Now this right here, I keep on saying about the 3D Bot Maker corner, because that's what this is. When 3D Bot Maker first started his channel, he did, well, before his channel, he made a lot of 3D, what do you call it? 3D printing. Did a lot of 3D printing thing, and this was a plan he had on his original website, and he released it for free for people to go out and 3D print and make their own. So I had a friend of mine with a 3D printer, Dave from Dave's Farm. He's been on the track a couple of times, and he's the one that made this up for me. And I've integrated into the track just because when he released this, he said he wanted to support the community as much as possible. And I love the community. I got right into it, and that's why I'm using this. There's better corners that I could use and stuff, but because it's his, and it's like I said, it's part of the community, I use it. And he gets a plug every time people go shooting on down here. Crash Racer set. The Crash Racer set everybody's been using, but if you look up and behind crash racers and you still in there, and you remember from some of my original videos, the first Beaverworx sets, there's the igloo corner that I actually made out of just foam board and tape and glue and all sorts of stuff, and that's what all that is all built into. One of these days I might actually get back into it again, but I was off on the dimensions and it was hard to dial in. So we just went with the crash racer set. 2 regular lane, was 3 lanes, but the inside lane was too tight. It was too tight when I came down and got into the corner, and it wouldn't make the corner proper, and races just wasn't right. So got rid of that and just running with 2 lanes, lane 1 and lane 2. Slan Man Customs up there, start gate. I've got some JHL Craft track as well, and I want to plug them because they are a great company for stuff too. All sorts of everybody's making, getting into the 3D printing now. I just haven't literally been able to afford it. So everything you see here is as cheap as you can get. I can't see if I can, I give you a, try and get a little bit of back shot in here and behind, see what's going on. But as you can see, this whole set, everything you see in front of you is all paper mache. This is all chicken wire and newspaper. There it is up in the top corner, and then painted over top of it with a layer of flat Mod Podge, and then I did another wash over top of that to cover that up and flatten it down a little bit. I got a little bit of crafting that I've done over the years, so this is an amalgamation of just all sorts of little tricks that I learned from before, and I just had this urge to make the igloo proving grounds here. And there's a whole backstory on how I got into the diecast racing and how I wanted to start doing all this, and I'm sure I'll let you guys in on that, but this is just a little first taste of, I guess I should start doing a series on how we put this all together and what it all is. I haven't done any down shots here from the bottom half. Down here you can see a lot more where this one I've still got to cover up. So you can see how it's all just buck store foam board. Don't mind all the glue stringers. And this is, I'm in a basement in southern Ontario, Canada. Believe me, if there's one thing we got here is wee little tiny spiders. And if you see the back shots where there's fluff and spiders or hair, I've got, geez, grandson, daughter, 3 cats, dog, wife. And I'm in the basement, so it all comes down here. So I do my best to keep it vacuumed, but they're still all the time on set. You'll always see little dog hairs. I try to keep the cobwebs down, but damn, it is hard to keep up to the spiders. They're just tiny things. They don't bite or anything. They're just to make the whole set a pain in the butt. So I always got to do an inspection, and I always got to clean it and sweep it and vacuum it, and keeping your set clean is a big deal, folks. And if you watch some of my back shots, right here is actually a little doggy house. That's where Major goes and hangs out whenever I'm filming. Every now and then, if you're watching the back shots, you'll see a little doggy nose inside there. Oh, there we go. There's this is going to be this is about 10 minutes of just talking about the track, letting you know who is doing it all, and this is all just matchstick floor, popsicle sticks down on the bottom, just whatever you got. Everything is glue gun, and all my railings you can see down along there, that's all just wire with a soldering iron. All that there too, all my scaffolding, all handmade. That's all just with the soldering iron, and my light posts. You see that's a little bead there. I did get the little lighting kits and stuff like that off of Amazon, off of Wish, because you can find them really cheap, super cheap. Everything that's here is bottom of the barrel, handmade, super cheap. Even my trees, all my trees I made out of moss and a glue gun. Right, the great big ones up there too. I've got a couple of just textbook, the smaller ones. Again, you can grab them off of Wish. You know, you get the deals that pop up. So I got a couple of packs of these little trees and sporadically used them around. This is all glue and sand. This is all sand out of a old, it was some kind of table thing. Had some rocks and all this black and white sand, so I ended up scooping that up using the sand. The rest in the dirt and the sand is just off the, quite literally, I'll show you that, it's off the side of your highway. All you need is a sieve, kids. So yeah, there's a first boo around what the Igloo Proving Grounds is all about. Let me see how to work this damn camera. There we go. I'm on this wand, and that's what I do all my filming with on this sucker. So we're going to keep the videos going because I absolutely love doing this stuff. And why stop what you like doing, right? I'm going to get a little bit more into some sponsorships and figure out what I want to do on the monetary fund, because you want to know, I've never done this before. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. I was driving a dump truck and a garbage truck before all this stuff, and coming down off an injury from that stuff. I'm telling you, those guys get the, you know, we get beat out there, kids. tip your garbage man. They'll appreciate it. So, I don't know. That's all I got to say right now. This is my first little behind-the-scenes thing. Not really doing too much editing or anything else like that. Just letting you see what's going on behind the scenes. See the face behind the voice. And I'm going to keep them coming for you. All right? All right. Thanks a lot for watching. From Beaverworx Diecast Racing, we'll see you next time.